What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another MotorBiscuit video. My name is Braden, and today we are happy to present to you the 2022 MotorBiscuit Vehicle of the Year Awards. So the MotorBiscuit Vehicle Awards broken down into categories based on what vehicles MotorBiscuit staff members have driven and reviewed this year. It's not inclusive of every car, just ones that people in our staff have actually had hands-on time behind the wheel. Over the past few days, we've been posting on social media all of the contenders for each category, letting you guys voice your opinion. So if you missed out on that conversation, please make sure you go follow us on Instagram at MotorBiscuit Official, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/MotorBiscuit, and you can follow us on Twitter as well at Biscuit Motor. So first and foremost, we are going to dive right in with the 2022 MotorBiscuit pick for Truck of the Year, and that is, drumroll please, the Ford Maverick. And that is going to be interesting to say the least with people's opinions of it, but you have to admit, even if you're not a fan of the non-traditional unibody style truck, that the Ford Maverick has a lot going for it. First of all, it's a truck. It's got enough truck space to do the truck stuff that most truck owners do in this modern day and age, because a lot of that involves moving very small things and driving on public roads every single day and nothing else. Embrace it. It's fine. And what's even better about it is the fact that the hybrid standard gets over 40 miles per gallon in the city. In a truck, yes, you can keep playing the it's not a truck card, but you can put furniture in the bed and you can put your friends in the back seat. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, and hauls cargo around like a duck, it must be a duck, right? Not to mention insanely affordable as long as you can find one without a ridiculous dealer markup, but isn't that true of any vehicle right now? Unfortunately, there are some markups worth about double the cost of a Ford Maverick. We've seen some as high as $20,000, which is almost the same as the starting price of a Maverick. Absolutely insane, but hopefully those Ford dealers get their comeuppance and nobody ever buys the things for that, because that's just ridiculous. That's enough to buy a brand new F-150, again at MSRP, but there's probably a $20,000 markup on that. We don't have to get into specifics. All we're here to tell you is that you can either get a hybrid front-wheel drive Maverick and get over 40 miles per gallon, or you can get an all-wheel drive EcoBoost one, have a little more off-road capability to take it adventuring and camping and whatever else you want, and still get crazy killer fuel economy because it's a small truck with a small engine, and that is cool. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The 2022 MotorBiscuit Truck of the Year is the Ford Maverick. Next up is the 2022 MotorBiscuit SUV of the Year, and there was some stiff competition with the Grand Wagoneer holding up its own, but ultimately the price point of the Grand Wagoneer is just a little bit too out of reach for common folks for us to want to give it the award, and for that reason, among others, the 2022 Kia Telluride is your MotorBiscuit SUV of the Year. And what's not to love about the Telluride? If you've ever been inside one, you know the interior is crazy nice. Kia is obviously not the same manufacturer it was in the late 90s and early 2000s. Their game has been stepped up absolutely immensely. The onboard technology like the head-up display and USB chargers in every row certainly helps the family aspect. And if you want more information on why we picked the Kia Telluride or any of the winners being announced today, there are links in the description with articles written by the folks who actually drove these cars explaining why we picked it. You can go check those out right now. You can check them out after the video. Do whatever it is you please. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Kia Telluride is your 2022 MotorBiscuit SUV of the Year, and that brings us to our next category, the MotorBiscuit 2022 EV/Hybrid of the Year. And again, it's a category with some pretty crazy contenders that made it a very hard toss-up, but ultimately the MotorBiscuit staff landed on the Hyundai Ioniq 5 because look at it. Just look at it. Look at the taillights, look at the front end styling, look how cool this car looks. It's affordable, it's got a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, among plenty of technology and exciting stuff like paddle shifters to adjust regenerative braking and so much more. If you want more info on the Ioniq 5, again, link is in the description from somebody who actually has had time spent behind the wheel to tell you what makes that car so great and why, yes, we picked it as the 2022 MotorBiscuit EV/Hybrid of the Year, and that's a tough one because the 2022 Prius Prime was on that list as well. That's not a car that's easy to beat. However, the new styling of the 2023 Prius might make next year's competition a little bit more difficult. We have 2 more categories, and I'm happy to announce that we'll have some guest presenters at tonight's award ceremonies, and I'm going to kick it over to my friend Peter Korn to announce the 2022 MotorBiscuit Car of the Year.
Hello, Internet. I'm Peter Korn. I'm a senior writer over at MotorBiscuit, and I have the distinct pleasure of presenting our 2022 Car of the Year award. So as you can see, I am reporting from my car, and I apologize for that, but you know, that is more times than not, that is the life of an automotive journalist. Without further ado, it is the 2022 Corvette, the C8. This was an easy choice to make. You know, I think we drove over 70 cars this year. The Corvette was just a standout. Of all of the sedans and coupes that we drove, the C8 is it's the great equalizer. You know, it's this everyman's supercar. You know, it is a real proper mid-engined supercar. Despite what any of the haters say, it is a real supercar with better part of 500 horsepower, depending on which package you get. We had the 2LT, which came with a couple of extra bits and bobs, tuned exhaust, things like that. It's an amazing car. You know, out of all of the things that we drove this year, it just kind of demanded to be seen. You know, it demanded extra attention. It demanded from while you were driving it to keep yourself on the road and stay safe. It demanded a lot from you. It demanded from other cars on the road to say, hey, look, this is a real supercar. And you know, people responded to that. We loved it. Forgetting dealer markups, but something close, you know, to starting at $60,000, just a hair over $60,000, is nothing short of remarkable. Sure, is it you know, it's not as fine-tuned and precise as something like a 911, or, you know, take your pick of kind of purebred European sports cars. It's different. You know, it's rougher. It can be more aggressive. It's frankly more blue collar. You can take that for whatever you want, but it is an accessible, real supercar for people who don't necessarily have supercar money. And that's amazing. You know, I think we need more of that out of the car market. We need more accessibility to various types of performance vehicles. I think it's a really great thing. And as a result, the 2022 Corvette left us with no choice. It's our car of the year. It's 2022 MotorBiscuit Car of the Year, for many, many good reasons. But chief among them is just being this leveling force in the sports car world, in the supercar world, where you can have a really competitive, hard, white-knuckled, real driving experience, a very serious sports car driving experience for a fraction, I mean, a tiny fraction of what that sort of segment used to require. You know, you think about other mid-engined supercars, $60,000 is what you would pay to replace your brakes and tires, right? Not buy one. That is an amazing thing. So we are really proud to present that as our 2022 Car of the Year.
And finally, perhaps the most prestigious award at the 2022 MotorBiscuit Awards ceremonies is the 2022 MotorBiscuit Vehicle Award for Best Overall Driving Experience. The contenders were virtually limitless on this. The only stipulation was that it had to be, again, a car that MotorBiscuit staff has been in this year, so please don't be upset if we didn't pick a car that you think deserves this title. If you do have alternatives, please politely let us know in the comments what you think should have won these awards this year, or if you agree with us, let us know in the comments as well. To present the final award, the Best Driving Experience for 2022, I am kicking it over to MotorBiscuit's very own Joe Santos.
This is Joe Santos, senior writer for MotorBiscuit.com. The MotorBiscuit Vehicle Awards are upon us again, and for 2022, we awarded the 2022 Mercedes EQS with the best driving experience. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why? Well, although we could have easily picked one of the other contenders, including the Chevy C8 Corvette, the Ford F-150 Lightning, or even the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, we ultimately chose the Mercedes EQS for its amazing power, unrivaled comfort, and ultimate luxury. This year, we had the chance to drive the Mercedes EQS 450 and the AMG EQS, and we're blown away by both of them. Inside, there's pillows on the headrest, there's premium materials throughout the cabin, and a giant 56-inch hyperscreen for all of the infotainment controls. Let's not forget about those cool seat massagers either. Additionally, both models of the EQS that we tested were extremely fast. The instant torque from the dual motor setups pushed our heads back into the seats and impressed our passengers with every stab of the throttle. Overall, the Mercedes EQS combined a comfortable ride with surprising amount of performance, which is why we gave it the award for the best driving experience in 2022.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the 2022 MotorBiscuit Vehicle of the Year Awards. Again, let us know in the comments what you think about our picks here. If you agree, if you disagree, whatever, just voice your opinion and let us know. We hope you guys had a fantastic year. We had a great time this year over here at MotorBiscuit, and we hope you guys have safe and happy holidays and New Year's with your friends and family, doing whatever it is you want to do. And we hope you guys are setting yourselves up to have an amazing 2023, just like we are here at MotorBiscuit. And if you want some more car stuff, be sure to check out MotorBiscuit.com. Again, you can keep up with all our ongoings on Instagram at MotorBiscuit Official. Check us out on Twitter at Biscuit Motor and on Facebook at MotorBiscuit. For now, my name is Braden. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Thank you for making this year so awesome. MotorBiscuit across all of our platforms, between the website and our social media outlets and our new YouTube channel. We appreciate everyone being here, and we will see you next time.